criticism number 6. I know the economy is growing, government revenue has achieved record high, but how come I don't see that the government is using the revenue to help the people? Let me say it's true that our government revenue has become record every year. So this is a new record, 185 in 2011, etc. But you know, we were in deficit. When we started, our fiscal deficit stood at negative 6.4% of GDP. That means our revenue is less than our expenditure. So when you increase your revenue, you're still at the point that you are less than the expenditure. So that is, we were using our additional revenue to reduce our deficit. So you can see every single year, we reduce our deficit. We have not removed entirely our deficit. Kita ada lagi deficit. But the reason why, because we are using some of our money for development expenditure to grow the economy. Let me show to you so that we all understand why it is very tough, because the government had many commitments. Last year, our total revenue was 221 billion ringgit, okay? Let me just say, how do we spend that money? Commitments. Of that, 67 billion is spent on paying salaries of our 1.4 million civil servants, all of us. That one cannot be reduced. There's no corruption involved with that, because that's your gaji. So, but the people that simply look at a number and say, well, this is money is all because of corruption, that's not true. Pensions. There is 18 billion ringgit we have to pay pensions for the civil servants. So then, how much do we spend per year to pay for our debt, our borrowing? Altogether, 23 billion. How much subsidies do we put? Altogether last year, 40 billion ringgit of subsidies for electricity, for tolls, public health, public transport, all of this, 40 billion. The grants that we give to state government, because all state government, federal government give grants too, and also the state-owned enterprise, the GLC, kita ada grant juga. And that is altogether 23 billion. And the others, 15 billion is for scholarships and for grants to school, etc., etc. Now, all of the ministries put together, all 30 ministries or 29 ministries, 34 billion ringgit. So we have very little room to maneuver because the commitment is fixed. And that's why the government is in a very tight spot. Although we get our increase in revenue, we are still struggling because we are starting on a deficit. So to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the best we can with the limited resources that we have, but that is the best we can do. That is why it's got no choice. We have to reduce the subsidy. No choice.